Hey there everyone, and Merry Christmas. So, bit of something different. I figured this would be a bit more fun to do than our regular schedule. So, I'm going to do a very special Christmas episode today, and that will be basically our Freeplay Friday this week. So there won't be a Freeplay Friday, but instead there'll be this special Christmas episode where we do the same thing. But instead of saying, I hope all your weeks have been good, I get to say, Merry Christmas. And I hope all your Christmases are going fantastic. I hope all your gifts are many and just what you wanted. And I hope that all of your family is safe, secure, and enjoying each other's company. So, anyway, let's get straight into it. Now, this week I've got a bit of a game that I've been meaning to play for a very long time, and it's a lot of fun. I quite like it as part of the genre, and it is called, in case you haven't already figured it out, Mad Games Tycoon. Now, this is very similar to a game that a lot of people know. It's a lot more common, which is Game Dev Tycoon. Same principle, basically, but this one has a different aesthetic and handles everything very differently. So, we'll just get straight into it. Our player name is obviously TheOzzieNerd. Our company name, we'll call it Nerdsoft. Nerdfost, even. That was a dyslexic way to do that. Our company logo. Okay, these are all actual sort of logos. You can see this game's full of parodies of names. There's names for games, names for the companies you can see here, names for the gaming systems and stuff. It's all very on the nose because of copyright and stuff, so they had to be different. Now, what should our symbol be? I don't mind that. If there's anything better. Oh, hold on. Oh yeah. Now, unfortunately, the game doesn't have Australia in here as a country, so I think we might go UK. It's a bit closer. Normally I would go US, but I haven't done UK, so let's do that. I am a male. We'll choose our game settings. We'll disable the tutorial. That's fine. We won't turn on anything else. We'll just start like a regular game, so that'll be good. Now, you get to make your own character. And that's like your starting one, because it's the same as Game Dev Tycoon, right? You start like in the basement of your house, basically, making games. It's a bit different. This one you have like a tiny little office instead of a basement, but the idea of it's the same. Like you start low and get better and better. So these are all the things you're going to unlock in the game, or most of them, I think. Yeah, most of them. So the question is, do I do something early and capitalize, or do I play the long game? And you know what? I'm doing a film and TV degree at university. So let's find something that maybe fits that. Now, I am thinking, and the other thing I wanted to do was maybe LAN multiplayer. Love LAN. It frustrates me to no end, and I hope it frustrates you guys as well, that so few games actually use LAN anymore. It's just not in games, and that sucks. It ruins a lot of like what the old gaming culture used to be about. But I still have the occasional LAN party, but it's just unfortunate that there's so many good games that have come out recently that have multiplayer that would just be great for LAN. But you just can't. So, but we might do video cutscenes, you know, like get that director in me out. And what kind of games do you want to specialize in? Genre. I'm thinking RPG. I like me a good RPG. Now, what am I going to do? Well, I'm thinking we'll upgrade work will and speed. And I should probably do like game design and maybe music and sound. Maybe more work will. Work will's a good generic trait. Same with speed. These are obviously all specialized. So I think we might do that. We'll play on standard speed from 1980, so we'll go the earliest start. We'll play on normal. Let's get straight into it. So I like this game a lot because it handles a lot of things. Yeah, I'll just skip this. It handles a lot of things that aren't handled in Game Dev Tycoon specifically. Like Game Dev Tycoon mainly focuses on the game dev, right? Like everything you do in that. If you've played it, if you haven't, it's like a little simulator type game where you play as a game dev. You make games, you get money from those games, you put that into training and upgrades and research, and that makes you better games, right? That's all good. Well, in this game, as you can see here, so obviously first step is development, lets you make games, right? But then you can move up to head office, so that's where you can purchase dev kits for different equipment, which is simulated in Game Dev Tycoon. So you have to purchase dev kits, licenses, so you can license movies and TV shows that have come out, and make a game for the TV show, which we know always goes well. You can get copy protection, which is a thing in Game Dev Tycoon as well, but it's a bit better implemented in this, and engines. Then you got research, again, it just lets you research new stuff. Then you get QA, so you actually get a QA team. So for people that don't know what QA is, it's quality assurance. It's games testers, like that's the boring way of saying it, I guess, is games testers. So you can actually like hire people to test your games and eliminate bugs before they get released, which is really, really cool. Graphics studio, so you can have an area that's dedicated to improving the graphics. Same with music studio, so you hire all these people, so you effectively build a company. You kind of do that in game dev, but you just kind of like hiring all these developers, right? You never really feel like you're building a brand. It's just kind of like you're just pumping out games. Whereas this game really makes you feel like you're a company like in the world today. So then later on you can get motion capture studios, you can develop your own consoles, which again you can do in game dev, but it's better here. This is an early access game on Steam, by the way. Really, really good. I think it's out of early access now? I want to say it is. I'm pretty sure it is. But anyway. Console development, really cool. Customer support, so as you get more popular, you need to have customer support team to handle customer calls and make sure that people like you as a company as well as liking games, because that keeps your popularity high. Marketing, so you get a whole marketing team built towards like how you're going to build hype towards things, etc, etc, etc. Production, so this is where it gets interesting, and this is a thing you can't do in Game Dev Tycoon. So by memory, it's been a long time since I played game dev, but I believe you can decide whether you want to like self-publish or get a publisher or whatever. But it's never really... the game just sort of assumes that you ship the exact amount as in demand. So like it'll show you like each week you made, you know, this much. But that's not realistic. Like that's not how the world works. Because someone has to make those games. Someone has to print those games. And usually that's a production company. So that's your EAs, right? They're the ones with the infrastructure to actually print the games and build them. Whereas the developer is someone like DICE, under EA, right? So DICE develops it, but then they give it to their publisher. And they're the one that actually publishes it, prints it into, you know, CDs, adds the manual, if that's even still a thing, you know, makes the case, all that stuff. That's all handled by the publisher. So in this game, you can actually become a publisher. Effectively, you can't really make your money that way, especially early on. But it's a good stable source of income. It gets to the point where you can actually buy out other companies and own them, just like EA owns all these game dev companies. And then you can publish their games. Or you can just take contracts and say, a developer says, I'm going to, like, I've made this game, will someone produce it for me? Will someone publish it? And you can say, sure, I'll do it. I've got the printing presses out the back. So you can print other people's games and make money on it that way. And to me, that's so cool. There's a lot of things missing in this one. Sorry, I'm, like, talking a lot. I'll cover the next topic in a second. So you got storerooms, which is for the games for production, training rooms, server rooms. So obviously if you make an MMO, you need servers to run it. It doesn't work by magic. So you actually need to buy servers that can support a certain number of players. And staff room, toilets, etc, etc. So anyway, we'll go straight into playing. I say we go straight into it and I've just talked for ages and ages and ages. So I'm just going to get the best one, I think. Because I can build one there. Can I build one over here? Like that. Good. So I'm just building two now, sort of get it out of the way early. Don't really need anything else, and we're going to put me in here. So, what do we do? Just paused. What do we do to make money? Well, we could develop a game, obviously the first step. You can do contract work, where we'll do one of those, because they're pretty easy. So for the company, for the company Semco, I think it is, which is a pun on a company I don't actually know. We have a workload of 126 points, which is just how much work needs to be done. Delivery of 19 weeks, so we have 19 weeks to get it done. If we do, we'll be paid 7 grand. If we fail, we get penalized 1,000. So let's do that. Yes. And you can see that I just work at it, and I'll bump it up to speed 3, which will probably play a lot of the game at speed 3, just because it's a bit of a slow game. I love the pop. It's really satisfying. Okay, so contract was done. We got paid about 7 grand, and yeah, that's it. But you know, that's boring. Support development. Ah, yes, right, because you can have multiple game studio or game offices that support each other. So you can have like a big, when you become a massive company, you usually have one big office. You have one massive game dev office that does your main game, like your AAA developed thing. And you might have another smaller office with less people in it that just creates littler games. Like, it just provides constant cash flow, right? Because you don't want to be making these massive games that cost a ton, and you're not making any money while it's being developed. Because obviously, like, you know, you don't want, or you have costs. You know, you have to pay for power, you have to pay for whatever. So, yeah, you want a little one, but you can get them to support each other so that the little studio kind of tacks onto the bigger one, so you can get projects done quicker. But anyway, I like to just random game names because they are really hilarious in how they parody game titles. So you probably recognize a lot of these. Very, very cool. So, we are going to Hollow instead of Halo. Get it? Let's find something good. I'm not really picky. I guess I kind of Set Pack Radio, whatever, which is a parody of a game if you know the game. I know it, so make sure you tell me if you recognize it, because it's fun to see other people. I don't know what the red and green is. I'm guessing... here we go. So at the moment, you can see that it's trending for skill games based on everyday life, and at the moment the unpopular thing is puzzle games based on hunting. Or, sorry, not puzzle games based on hunting. They're not together. So the trend is skill as a game type, and everyday life being the topic. And unpopular is puzzle games, and the topic is hunting. So, what's our game called? It was Set Pack Radio, whatever it is. So we'll make it a skill game, because they're in vogue at the moment. We don't have an engine yet, so we have to make it without an engine, which kind of sucks. And our target audience is going to be teenagers, I think. Set Pack Radio, yeah. So a dancing skill game. Our only platform we can do at the moment is the PC, because we don't actually have... There's nothing to develop for. And we don't have any copy protection. We don't really have any of this stuff yet. So let's work out the game settings. And this is where the crux of the game sort of comes in. What's important? So for this game, I'm thinking probably gameplay is more important. It's a skill game, so game length is probably way more important than story. Atmosphere or functions? I want to say functions is probably more popular. We want our game to be a little bit beginner friendly. But we also want it to have depth. If it's a skill game... No, if it's a skill game, it's got to have depth. And it's going to be made for a bit more towards the core gamers. So now we can set the priority of this. There is a perfect formula for everything, and it's really hard to identify, but you can identify it. And obviously, if you're playing it on Steam, which I don't know where else you play it from, unless you got a not-so-legit copy, which I'm not going to judge. If you're on Steam, there are guides that tell you the exact right slider settings, but I'll just leave these all on a quarter, which should be fine. And now languages, which directly affects sort of your audience, right? Because if it's not in German, you can't sell it to people who don't speak German. But picking more languages, you can see up here, drastically increases the dev cost. So I can't actually... Well, I could make it in every language, but for the moment, we'll just make it in English. Our only features for our without engine is PC speaker sound and ASCII to text support, which is very interesting. So we can talk to the bank and borrow money, but we're not going to. Our credit limit at the moment is 750,000, which is really high for how much money we'll potentially make on this game. But anyway, that's fine. So we'll set that, we'll set it to go. You can see, it's kind of hard to see behind this thing here, but you can see that I'm completing that. And it's adding stats as it completes each step. So we'll just run the clock out until that's finished. So, yeah, this game's really, really cool. So you can end up being just a production company if you want to play the game that way. And I think for a game dev type Tycoon style game, that's really, really cool. Really good idea. It doesn't support the one thing that I'm missing from this, but it was kind of made... It's kind of released... I don't think it's in early access anymore, but it was kind of released before all of it came up, but not before DLC. There's no DLC in this, not really. You can make game updates, but you can't charge for them. Which is probably not there for several reasons, like it would have been really hard to implement, or... you know, it just added way too much complexity, yada yada yada. But it definitely didn't introduce things that everybody hates, but are still arguably a part of the game industry, especially at the moment, which is like microtransactions, loot boxes, that kind of thing. It would have been really interesting to be able to play as the bad guy and be putting these microtransactions into games. To me, that's really, really interesting. So we're trying to find a publisher for this game, because we can't self-publish at the moment. We don't have the facility. Now, I don't quite know what the share is. I think that's how much money they get. Or is that how much money I get? I'm not sure. But we want to pick someone with a fan base that's similar to ours. So let's get Tycoon to... actually, no, let's get Semco to do it. We did do that contract for them. So, you know, a bit of brand loyalty. So you can see our skills are leveling up. That's as a whole. An overview of how many games with the same genre or the same theme at the time are available. So nothing has the skill genre is on the market at the moment, and nothing that is dancing is on the market at the moment. That is really good for us. We have no competition. Your first game is completed. You can now build the research area. There you can research new features, genres, and themes. I will do that. Ooh, ouch. Our gameplay was in the pits, which resulted in a 37% out of 100. Actually, I think it might even go up to 110, maybe. But I think it's just 100. So our review was, graphics look really good, which 87 reflected in the score. Sound is really good, only a few oddities now and then. The controls are lousy. They really should have spent more time on this. The gameplay is below average. They need to be much better. The game is a train wreck. It's not even worth a look. So that's not great for our first release game. But what we can do is, if we say updates and language packs, we can develop a... Actually, we should... No, we won't patch. We won't bother. But we can develop a game update for Set Pack Radio. So we could pick these individually, blah, blah, blah. Or I can just say, enable all. So it will just improve all of our stuff. So you can see plus 3%, blah, 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 blah. So we're basically going to release an update that fixes bugs, it improves security, it has new game modes, new objects, new campaigns, new levels, new sounds, new graphics, and we're going to do all that for free. Why are we going to do that? Because the game's still selling at the moment, right? And it's not selling very well. We've sold 415 units in total. Now, obviously, in terms of like the history of this time, it's kind of a hard time for games, but that's still an abysmal amount of people. So we've sold 1,000 units, so 1,000 people have this game. That's really bad. You can see the trend, so it's starting to swing down. It's starting to lose steam, and actually it's, after that week it just died, but the update might save it. Yeah, see, so that was the update there. But it's not going to last, and we're going to lose money on this, and that sucks. So we're going to develop a new game. A better one, Electroshock, as opposed to Bioshock. Same thing, we're going to aim it at teenagers. And it's going to be a brick... We're going to do a brick skill game. And we're not going to call it that. We're going to call it Super Buster. Sounds good. That sounds like a good brick breaking game. To me, anyway. Okay, so... Now that we've completed one, we've got sort of a report. So, let's try this again. So, gameplay up. Story down. Atmosphere and functions. I'm thinking we leave these even, actually. Because what's the worst that could happen? Next time it'll just tell us, like, you did this wrong, this is the way to do it. So let's get going. Let's develop this. And hope that it sells better than this one. Because at the moment we have no fans, so we can't really afford to hire anyone else. Anyway, while that's happening, yeah, no, I hope you guys enjoy this little change to our schedule. I know it's a bit, like, weird. Yes, I want to publish it. And we are going to publish with Semco again. We have relations with them. 3 games have the same genre now. With your second game, you can now buy dev kits to develop games for other platforms. To increase your sales, you should develop games for multiple platforms. Wow, okay, so this one was even worse than the last one. Ooh, that's not a good start. That's really bad. Okay, so let's select a topic. Thinking fitness. Nah, fitness puzzle doesn't really work. That's not what I want. I want this. So maybe a dancing puzzle doesn't really work either. We got some really crappy topics to begin with. I'm thinking... Okay, how about a brick... No, okay, no. Okay, I got this. A dancing arcade game. And it's going to be... I don't know, dance... party. Sounds good to me. Target market, right, my bad. Teenagers. Teenagers are usually a good safe bet. It's going to be on PC, which is kind of unfortunate. But you could develop for the Qatari 2600, the Astro Arcade, Magma Olympus 2, Fairtech CF. So, most of these I don't know. This was before my time, obviously. I'm not that old. As if that wasn't obvious already. Interesting, what's the B+? Maximum game size. Ah, I have never actually noticed that before. So this will tell you the market share, when it was published, how many games are for it, blah 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 blah. But we can't afford to buy a dev kit anyway, so we'll just develop for the PC. Okay, so for an arcade game, I'm thinking gameplay. I always put gameplay up. Gameplay is more important than graphics for most things. I don't care what you say. Game length. Yeah. Atmosphere, functions. I think the atmosphere needs to be a bit better. Functions, arcade games don't need to have like a lot of really tricky things. They just need to have that atmosphere. And we are going to make it 4. We're going to add... Ooh, we might leave that even, and we'll go core gamers. Maybe. Yep, that'll be fine. Good, let's do it. And once again, we'll pray this makes money. Pray, because apparently my game's making decisions. No one gives a shit about what I want in a game. Or I just don't understand the market. Aha, so it's the Mad Games Convention, which is obviously a poke at E3, even though I'm 99.99% sure that E3 wasn't around this long. But we are not going to participate. Game removed from the market. Yeah, so the sales figures are getting worse. They took the game off the market. We lost $11,000 on it. That's not great. Oh, we got a bug. So you want to minimize bugs, obviously. Sure, and we will publish it with... I guess we'll do it with Semco, just because we got a relation with them. Wow, okay, my games are awful. 26%. I really need like a... Okay, let's do some contract work. Hang on. That's not what I wanted. Let's do some contract work, because I need to make money back fast. This one I should be able to... Well, this one will definitely be able to handle, so just sit down and do that. Yeah, you can see it get smashed out really fast. Super Buster went off. Man, that's not good. Okay, and we will do a... I can probably handle this one too. If I can get to 50% before 4 weeks, obviously it'll be safe. And it looks like I'm well on track for pulling that off. Yeah, these can just go away. I know. Wow, I was hoping to actually be a bit better at this game for you guys. Okay, so now we have no games on the market, so we're making no money, but we are, well, we're about to make some money. But we still have to pay, you know, utilities, staff, all that stuff. Don't want to develop a game. Let's keep doing contract work. Okay, I guess we don't have any. Is there a good game dev contract we can do? B retail skill. Okay. It sucks when you don't have as many, you don't have as many sort of options. Okay, we'll do a game based on fitness. It'll be a fitness arcade game, I guess. Called, Work It. Man, I'm good at this. Why don't I develop games? I mean, clearly the answer is because I don't know anything, but, okay, graphics. Graphics is more important. Okay, I wouldn't have guessed that. So that, to me, that means atmosphere is more important. We'll go beginner friendly towards casual gamers. Let's actually, I don't like doing this, but let's bump up graphics a little. Let's turn down sounds and technology and turn up graphics and gameplay. Alright, let's see how this one goes. I have faith. It's probably also because our main character is not very good at game development. So you can see his stats are dreadful. Which directly affects how many sort of bubble things you get here. And that affects how good the game is. Okay, let's find a publisher. What are we? Arcade game. We'll get Koei. It's not even worth a look. Are you kidding me, guys? Man, these reviewers, they're harsh. We'll get it right eventually. Okay, we might actually update this game. We'll do one update. One update with everything. Yeah, why not? We'll try and smash it out as quick as we can. And we'll probably hire another staff member, I think. We can always complete contracts to get a bit of cash, a bit of sort of scratch, just to make ends meet. Still 19 grand below. Tell you what, it really feels good in Game Dev Tycoon and this. Like, when you get a slam dunk on something and you get like an 80% score, oh, mwah, there is not much better than just watching your money fly up the ranks. And yeah, we're absolutely going to do that. We'll easily smash that out. What are our things at the moment? Adventure Quiz Show, Platform Conquest. Interesting. Worst game of the year was Dance Party. We actually lost 2,500 fans for that. I usually play this at a slow burn, right? Like, I don't do well early on. I'll admit it. My game's usually shit early on, but I am confident that we can improve from here. Graphics, music, and sound. It looks like Gerwald is going to be our best choice. Yeah. You're hired. And the best thing about having 2 people is it lets you complete more contracts more quickly. So if we take this one, I'll bet you we'll be able to do it now. Yeah, look at the numbers go up. Because you're working twice as hard, right? Like, that's just common sense. What we should do... We should do a cheeky little thing. What do we have to do for this? Research a feature. Yeah. This is my cheeky little, cheat way to make a bit of money. We don't want a room. We're going to go here, say desks. Yeah, say desks. We're going to build these grey desks again, but we'll just build the one. And you know what? I'm going to hire someone again. I know this is risky because we have so little money, but I think we can get away with it. Now build a staff room. Excellent. We probably shouldn't. Okay, research genres. We can't afford it, so it costs money to research. Research a feature. Okay, we can, but do we have contract work? No. I want to automatically execute contracts. So as soon as a contract pops up, I want it. Let's develop a game, I guess, since we don't have much choice. That costs 18 grand. We might have to wait until we have a contract. It's just going to cost us money sitting here doing nothing, but... Oh, we've actually made 2 grand on that one. So updates are actually really, really good. They can save games easily. How many contracts yet? Oh. Wait till next month. If we don't have a contract, then we're in trouble. Yeah, we'll wait for the month. It's actually only week 1. Worker was removed from the market. Okay, so now we are making 0 money. Still none of these. Okay, we're gonna have to develop a game. Retail. Target audience. Sure, let's go teenagers again. We will do a... I don't know, Bricks arcade game. Why not? I'm running out of ideas here. We're gonna call it... Brickman. I don't know. But that will be fine. Yes, 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 and we'll leave that steady. I think that's right. And... you know what, let's actually just even this up. Hasn't failed me before, let's give it a go. Well, I mean, it's failed me sort of every time, but... we're probably going to have to take a loan here. And that's unfortunate, but we should make money off this game, I hope. Find a publisher. We'll just do it with Chemco, because... 5th game, increase stage, develop games for multiple platforms. Okay, so we have a 3rd platform. Wow, worst game of the year with a 14%. Wow, I'm just gonna stop making games. Okay, can we just borrow 100,000? Because we need some stuff done. We're gonna research some features. Why are we gonna do this? I'll show you very soon. But until then, contract work. Because what we're gonna do, we're gonna make our own engine. So our games might be crap, but we are gonna make an engine that just blows everything else out of the water. And actually, we're gonna update this game. We'll put one of everything, which should eliminate all bugs, I believe. Because bugs really kill your games. Research your first feature, and you can develop... yes, good, good, that's what I want. So, research features. We'll keep going. We will get the latest features we possibly can. Wow, it got removed from the market already. That's not good, because I'm working on an update for it. That's a real issue. Maybe we should just develop a new engine straight away. We'll call it... we'll call it the Kangaroo engine. And it'll be number 1. It will be optimized for skill games, because why not? We're going to add sprites, obviously, because we've got that. That's what differentiates us. Now, here's where the trick comes in. We are going to sell this for free. We're going to give it away. But any games made with it must give us 50% of their profits. Now, this is me banking on the AI creating better games than me, which at this stage of the game doesn't seem difficult. Game developer Legends, 200% chance of legendary employees. Interesting. But yeah, so at the moment I'm banking on some other company being able to make better games than me. So that when they make a better game, and when their game sells for like $1 million, they actually have to give me $500,000. And that's one way to make money in this that you can't do in Dev Tycoon. Okay, so you have any contracts to do? Yes, we do. Ooh, that's actually a tricky one. But it'll definitely make us some dosh. After that, we might research some special things. We're not going to participate. We don't have enough money to do things like that. Not yet. See, Punji Software has licensed your engine. It's a new feature. So if you want to take the engine approach, it is actually really difficult to stay ahead of the curve. We're actually going to research a genre. We're going to research economic simulation. Wow, okay, maybe not. It's very expensive. Let's research some topics. We will research... What is a good skill game? Is there like space? Singing skill and space. Spaceships, yes. Yes. Apparently I don't know how to develop a game to save my life, but... Excellent. So this is how you make your money back. Can we pay off a bit? Can we just... Yeah, let's repay 50 grand. We're going to make a bit of money off this, so it'll be okay. And I only owe 8,000 in salaries. So, you can probably get the feeling now, this is a very... It's definitely got that Tycoon vibe. If you like Tycoon games, you will probably enjoy this. Because it's got that sort of balancing salaries, balancing whatever the focus of the Tycoon is, etc, etc. Okay, let's develop a game. We will call it Andromedan's Attack. It's going to be targeted at... Actually, we'll target at adults. Why not? And it will be a spaceship skill game. No, arcade game. And we will use our own engine, Kangaroo engine. And that will be okay. We're going to develop it for the PC. We're not going to waste money on other dev kits. Let's do that. I like it, I like it. Let's see where it goes. Probably nowhere. Probably going to be dreadful like all my other games, but there's only one way to find out. And we're actually in debt again. We're going to take out another 50 after we just sold it back. That's so unfortunate. Yeah, so there we go. This game, based on your engine, the developer has sent you a billing document for a profit sharing. So, units sold 66,000, way more than mine. They made $266,000 in profit, and we get half of that. So our profit share is 133,000. Boom! 100,000 straight away. So the best part about that is that lets you expand. So if you're doing crap like me, and this game doesn't seem to be improving the situation, then it's really handy to use those engine sort of modifications to make money to expand, get better staff, you know, do more research, go QA, etc, etc, etc. Like, it really sort of opens everything up. In fact, on that note, we are going to hire another staff member, I think. Good thing about this game is your staff members don't actually have to get into their offices. In my opinion, that's really nice. Yeah, we'll hire you. Because it means that they just like teleport in. It means you can really pack the desks in. And you know what? We are actually going to support this game. People don't like it, but it's going to get a cult following. I can feel it. And the best part about this figure here is it does actually take into account, yeah. We knew that was coming. It does actually take into account how much you've spent on updates as well. So that's really handy too. Oh man, my throat is really sore. Ugh. You know what? We'll update it again. Update again, I'm not afraid. I think you can update them 5 times. Because this should spike again. Marketing department. Excellent. Yeah, so I wouldn't call it a spike. So this might be our last update. And actually, we will research... this is the time. We're going to research RPGs. And we're going to be the RPG company. I think that's the way to do it. Alright, we might just make enough money to make it back. In fact, yeah, you know what? We're going to support it again. I'll just keep doubling down on this game. Still no fans, though, which is unfortunate, but not unsurprising. And you can see this here is actually scaled. So, while this looks really high, it's actually only, what, like 600 maybe? Because that's 500? Your games are selling well. Well, that's your opinion. I don't think that's the opinion of the general public. Or my publisher, but it's selling. So we can now do copy protection. I very rarely bother with copy protection. Because I haven't seen a tangible benefit yet. Okay, so we have our first genre. Excellent. So you're just going to stick to features. So we'll do this. We're going to make an RPG. This is going to be our main series. So we need a good RPG name. Maybe... I'm trying to think. And I'm flicking through these for your appreciation. You know what? Fantasy Moon. Phantasy Star is a good RPG. We'll aim it to adults. We'll definitely go space RPG. Or spaceship RPG. Maybe not the best, but... Role-playing as a spaceship. Okay, maybe not. We'll wait till this is done. Because we got plenty of money. He says, at the moment. Remembering that I still have 100,000 in debt. Maybe someone will make another game that's better than all of mine combined. That would be nice. Okay, so research a topic. I want... Ooh, actually we could do... Is a fantasy an option? Fairies, fantasy, yes. Fantasy RPG. That's the bread and butter. See, there you go, right? So we'll look at this. The developer sent you a billing document for profit sharing. So this is... Just quietly, this is like nearly a cheat for this game, but... So you can see the Lord Project by Oregon sold 264,000 units, made a profit of 1 million, and they have to pay us half of that. And the thing with the AI is they will constantly buy your engine if it's cheap. If it's free, they don't care if they have to give away half of their money. They will just buy your engine because it doesn't cost them a dime. So that's, you know, it's kind of a dodgy thing. No. If that had come around earlier, that would have been good. Or, not earlier, a little bit later, when we're developing this RPG. Because we can probably use all the hype we can get. So, what was it? It was Fantasy Moon, right? For adults, Fantasy. Yeah, look at that, that actually works. Fantasy RPG on Kangaroo Engine 1, which is outdated at this point, but that doesn't really matter. We're going to do that. Can we buy a dev kit? And then, should we buy a dev kit? And I'm thinking probably not. Nothing here has more than 10% market share. And that's pretty piss poor. So, yeah, because the PC, remove platform, has 56% market share. So 56% of the total market has PC. And that's definitely the way to go. So, let's reset all these and give it a bit of a go. And in fact, you know what? Let's put copy protection on. 99% effective, save Force V2. No, hang on, that was buying more. Yeah, save Force V2. My game reports. So we haven't completed a game report yet. Right, because we need a QA team for that, I'm pretty sure. Right, so for an RPG... graphics, though... No, I think it's gameplay. The story has to be really good. I think we might even max that out. Atmosphere, Yeah, I think. Game depth, probably, and probably more for the core gamer. I reckon that's right, and technology, I reckon, can drop, and we'll put gameplay up. Maybe even graphics and sound. And we'll just, like, really pump the gameplay. Oh, maybe graphics. Yep, okay, I like that. Everything's on. So we have 2D sprites at the moment. Andromedon's attack was taking off the shelves. We sold 14,000 units. So that other game sold 268,000 units in 1982. That's mental. That's absolutely mental for real life and for the game. Crazy. But we'll see how Fantasy Moon goes. Let's find a publisher. We don't have a good one, so we'll just stick to Semco then. I don't know what I'm doing wrong. I don't get it. I don't get it. I kind of suspect it might actually be my shitty staff members. So like my main guy and... Wow, I don't even think I'll get this update out. Semco will probably can this. Cost 40,000 to produce. Guys, I wish I was doing better at this. Normally I do a lot better. I don't think they don't update this game anymore, I don't think. Or like, it's not in early access, I'm pretty sure. But they do occasionally update it and like rebalance things. And I haven't played this game for a very long time, so it's possible they've rebalanced it since the last time I played. Because, yeah, I don't know why... I mean, I would understand, like, some solid 50%. You know? But not just that type of abysmal work. Alright, we'll do some contracts for a bit, make some money, have another go at RPGs. We're just going to make so many RPGs. That's our plan. And actually, what new facilities can we build? Nothing yet, so you can't build a training room. What do we need? Buy a larger building. Yeah, okay, fair enough. Staff rooms, probably helpful. But I don't think we need it just yet. How much is the next building? It's pretty expensive, right? 200,000 and a monthly charge of 1,000. Yeah, we can't really afford that. We're not making that much money consistently. And our reputation is awful. 2.8%, so that goes up to 100. Just to put in perspective how shit we are doing. Yeah, so let's look at our, hang on, let's look at our games. My games turnover. Not great. Not great at all. Ah, man, that's awful. We're gonna get worst game of the year. Wait for it. Yeah, Fantasy Moon. That's okay. Look, that's alright. That's the underdog story. We're, you know, we're gonna make Fantasy Moon the biggest thing ever. Actually, all features are done. Now, we could actually get straight into making a console, so early on you could do this. The thing with consoles, though, is they are expensive as hell. I think if you want to really hit consoles early, I think you need to absolutely take out a loan. Like, it's the only way to do it, because you can take out 2.25 mil at the moment. So we could maybe make a shitty console. Maybe. And actually, let's just automatically research topics. Eroticism. I mean... yeah. Employees complain there are not enough toilets. You know what? You're right. There aren't enough. There's literally none. So let's fix that, shall we? Toilets. We will add a nice modern toilet. Nice. We will add a luxury sink somewhere. Then again, maybe we won't. Because I can't fit it anywhere. I mean, luxury sink, done. And a hand dryer, obviously. I mean, you have to have it. There you go, and everyone can stop complaining about lack of toilets. So yeah, the graphics of this game are really sort of leave something to be desired, to say the least. So let's actually develop a new engine. So we're going to go the Kangaroo engine number 2. We're going to make it optimized for RPGs, because you're goddamn right we are. And we are just going to spend all the money. So these are all the features that our engine has. We're going to, yeah, it's going to be nothing and the 50%. Yeah, Fantasy Moon got taken off. So, as the game goes on, you can put as many features into the engine as you want, but there's only so many features you can pick, and that's dependent on the size of the game. So like B, B+, A, AA, AAA. And that's how you sort out sort of how many features your engine has. Yeah, I think I'm pretty happy with them just on auto. It's going to cost us 10 grand all the time, but we should be able to afford that with occasional contracts. He says with his fingers really crossed. I have definitely considered making this a full Let's Play. Because it does end. It ends in 2016, I want to say, when this game came out. Maybe even 15. Actually, it might even go beyond that. It might go 2020 something. I think it might go 2020 something. So yeah, that's another really cool thing. I was thinking about doing it, but yeah, we might just play it for a couple of Freeplay Fridays / Christmas Day game day. I don't know. I don't have a name for this. Oh wow, I don't think that's gonna get done. Yep, that's gonna be a penalty. Okay, no new employees. That sort of sucks, but we'll be alright. Yeah, no, I'm going to take a penalty on this one. New... Yeah, we're not even 50% of the way, and we've already reached week 2 out of 6. Well, I guess it's 4 out of 6, because it's counting backwards, but... Anyway, you get what I'm saying. That would have been nice, though. That would have been 70 grand. But, yeah, we're not going to get that. Yeah, we had to pay them 25. That's harsh. That's so harsh. I should have checked the workload. That one we can do. Yeah, easy. Which is good, because we need some money. I need someone to buy the Kangaroo engine number 2. It's a good engine. Trust me. Trust me, it's a good engine. I wouldn't lie to you. Christmas is great. I will say, I'm not a big fan of the sort of pageantry of Christmas. So much, like, I don't think it's a magical time of year. I don't really subscribe to all the crap at Christmas, but it's just another day for me. It's a good day, don't get me wrong, but, you know, it's just up there with birthdays. Like, I know a lot of people talk about sort of the magic of Christmas, and you get to hang out with your family and everything, but, I get it. For some people, that's how it is. But, for me, I don't know. It's just, well, it's just another game. We'll call it Ico just because I don't remember what that came from. Oh, right, we have so many options. Okay, let's select a genre first. So, actually, we'll make an RPG. How about we make it a medieval RPG? We'll call it... The Joust Olympics. Looks like Joust Olympics. Oh, it's dreadful. Yeah, RPG is fine. We're not going to do it without an engine. We're going to use the Kangaroo engine too. Told you, it's a good engine. Wouldn't lie to you. And actually, we're going to aim this at adults. Oops. Aim at adults. Could also do all ages, but I've never found any sort of game that really is good like that. And, okay, so maybe we'll leave this even. Game depth, I feel that's right. And maybe we'll back off on this a little bit. And we're not going to waste our money on copy protection. Although, does it actually cost me anything? Oh yeah, dev cost 2,000, yeah, okay. Well, 2,000 I guess we can just deal with it. Let's back this off to 25%. So let's see if this improves it. So you can see here, select features 8 out of 5. So we actually have 3 more features than we're allowed to have. So I'm thinking we get rid of the joystick driver. Actually, 2 more. I mean, like, it doesn't matter that these make sense, they just add things to your game. So actually, let's get rid of scrolling and sprites. So there's going to be no real good graphics, but it will have good AI, and you will be able to save, which, to me, that's more important in terms of, like, an RPG. I don't care how fancy it looks. Like, a lot of old RPGs were text adventures, so yeah, I don't really see how that's relevant. So we've run out of money, so we can't research another thing. That's not great, but we did pay off the bank, didn't we? Yeah, we did. So we'll borrow 25 grand. That'll be okay. I really need a QA team so I can do these game reports and find out what went wrong. Like, I really need that. Alright, we're gonna have to take out a lot more. Just for sheer time. We didn't get worst game of the year. Probably because we didn't release a game. It's actually, that's the meme worthy. It really is meme worthy. Like, you can't release a, what is it? You can't get game of the year if you don't release a game. It's meme worthy. Future Ethan, do you want to put like insert that right there? That good meme so everyone knows what I'm talking about. You probably know the meme, but I'm gonna put that in the editing. It's gonna be good. Wow, this game is taking a long time. We can only hope that it is good. It's riddled with bugs. And that's not great. But I think that won't have as much of an adverse effect. It probably will. And this game will go terribly, but you know, I guess we'll see what we can do. We'll just stick with Semco. Well, we cracked 20. Did we? we got 20. So, it's not our worst game. It's not our best game. It's probably not 25, and we'll just do some updates, and that might fix it. We still sell 300 copies a week. That's pretty shit, but considering how we've been going, not terrible. Not terrible at all. Wow, I think our publisher's gonna pull it. Fuck! They literally pulled it a week before we updated it. Oh my god, you guys are the best. You got me at the exact time that I needed that. We have some contract work. Well, let's just smash that out. Yeah, we can deliver that. Easy. Easy peasy. And we'll research that feature too. We want to keep our engine up to date so people keep buying it. Although I've played this game like right to the end, and I've still had people making games with like my first engine. And I'm sitting there going like, what? How can you possibly be making games that make like $1 million with sprites and just junk? But AI uses other rules than me apparently, so kinda sucks, but that's how it is. Okay, we're working on another one. Ooh, we might not get that done. Nah, we'll be okay. 40 rounds. See, like, people are still licensing the engine number 1. So weird, when I've released engine number 2, and it's better in every way. And it's exactly the same. Like, in terms of price and you know, what... You know, you have to give me half your game. Give me half your soul. But, you know, it's still there. Okay, how about a cyberpunk RPG? Which everyone hates at the moment. Everyone hates my stuff anyway. Like, what's the worst that you're gonna do? You gonna boo me more? Go to hell. Okay. I like it. Safe Force V2. It still protects 2 out of 3. But let's remove copy protection. Hasn't been doing us much good. And yeah, same thing. We'll just... like that. And go. And this will be our last game to release. I enjoy this game. It's a nice, sort of quiet game you can play, which is why I've been playing it for you guys today, for this totally not, but totally is Free Play Friday. Because, yeah, it's chill. It's a nice game, you can just run it, you know, for an afternoon or whatever. Yeah, see, Techsoft, they got the right idea, licensing engine number 2, but you just play for an afternoon, like, it's fun. It's chill. Nice, another 90 grand for me. Thank you very much. Thank you very, very much. Maybe I should have played it on easy, just sort of get back into the swing of things. Might have been the way to go. Smart person probably would have done that. I'm not a smart man. Apparently. I thought I was alright, but I was not. So you can see up here too, it's 46 weeks until the trends change. So this is not going to be 46 weeks. So the advantage later on, I believe. No new contract work will appear. That's not great for us. The advantage when you get like a marketing team and everything, I think. Now we got worst game. Whoop, whoop. Man, if we can get worst game like every year. Oh wait, we missed a year. Broke our streak. Anyway, at sort of that point, you can choose to stop, or choose to like not release, and kind of sit on it. And that game was also dreadful. I'm doing this wrong. So as soon as I finish like recording this video, I'm going to check on Steam, check the thing, like a guide for what the optimal solutions are. Because I really want to know why my games are doing so poorly. Because that's really bothering me. I'm really suspecting. Nice, another 100 grand. It's really a lifeline, that engine, selling for free and charging 50%. Yeah, I'm willing to bet it's my shit staff. Like, my shit character, especially. Just because they're really not helping. Like, they're not adding enough points towards the game for it to be good. And, yeah. Ooh, okay. Whew. Dodged a bullet there. Dodged a bullet. Although, second update's not going to get out. Yeah, because it's going to start tanking. Come on. Semco, don't you pull this game. I'll make money off this game, Semco. Don't you dare pull it. Don't you do it. Don't you do it. Don't you do it. Oh, I thought that was them pulling it. Look, it's steadily selling. Don't you pull it. Don't you dare. Don't you dare. Yes! Another update. Okay. I'm gonna smash out 5 updates. And that's where we're gonna end the episode. Or the week. Come on. Up again. Ooh, actually, it's steadily declining. Updates cannot save me. Yeah, It's definitely looking like updates are not going to save this game. Wow, looking at my opposition that's selling like 260,000 units, and we can't even sell 10,000. That's bad. That's so bad. Like, we can't even sell 10,000 with 1 million updates. Sure, Gamma Force. Wow, yeah. Oh, nice. And they just... Why? Why would you pull it from the market? I'm like, can you imagine someone rocks up at E3, right? They have their store, they're like, check out this game, Gamma Force. It's, it's out right now. Like, you can play it, we're still updating it. And then they go home, go to play it, and it's taken off shelves and is discontinued. God, that's fucking dumb. Anyway. Oh my god. This game is good. Don't take my playthrough as proof. You might start again if we play this for another Freeplay Friday and do it a bit better. But, yeah, thank you guys so much for watching. If you like this video, make sure you hit that like button. If you want to see more content from me, the OzzieNerd, make sure you subscribe to my channel. If you think you know any friends that might enjoy my content, make sure you share a video or two with them. I really appreciate it. And finally, if you want to leave any hints, tips, tricks, feedback for the videos, or you just want to say hi, make sure you do so in the comment section down below so I can see it. And guys, Merry Christmas, have an excellent day, and I'll see all of you guys, well, next Friday, I guess, for another Freeplay / not Freeplay Friday. Goodbye.